Yo, what's good with y'all? Hold up. So, like, somebody done took my soda. We in there. What's good with y'all? Sorry about my hair and all that. Looking rough. But, this cash, this TWP network, you know what I mean? I guess we better have stories. Let's get it. Well, I'm Cash. I'm 34. I just turned 34, actually. I was about to say 33. I'm 34. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. I live in Richmond, Virginia. You know. And I'm going to tell y'all a story about my first time locked up. First time locked up when I was like 16, 17. I was getting locked up for some robberies. So, you know, I was facing time. I was wilding. I ran away. I'm going to tell y'all about that story another time. But it was one time, they locked me up. Mind you, when I got locked up, I was coming from church. Probably like the night before for some reason. The night before, I got locked up. But being that I was a juvenile, they let me go. So my grandma came and picked me up. Mind you, I ran away. So I was a runaway. I was considered a runaway. And when I got locked up, my grandma picked me up. Then I remember the next day, she was like, yo, you gonna go to church with me? Da, da, da. I'm like, I won't go to church. We're gonna go chill. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go make you happy, whatever. I ain't even wanna go at the time, of course. Man, we go to church. I remember coming out that night. Mind you, I knew it was a matter of time before I got locked up for the stuff I was doing. So I knew it was coming to an end. Because at one point, before I got locked up, like I said, I got locked up the day before I went to church, whatever. But they had the police out there. They had helicopters out there. They had dogs out there. They had all types of stuff for them robberies. I'm talking about, we was wild. And we probably was like 5 deep. And it was one shorty. My shorty was the only shorty there. But I don't know why I had my girl there, of course. But I was young. I was a juvenile. I was a runaway. And I just was out there running around stupid. Like, I was wilding. Anywho, I remember leaving out of church that night, and I'm riding with my grandma. So my grandma get a phone call. I'm at this stoplight. So my grandma on the phone, so she started looking at me. So I already assumed that it was about me, that conversation. So I'm like, who could be calling right now? So my brother, it ended up being my brother, and my brother ended up telling me, like, yo, the police came and looking for you, whatever. So I'm like, looking for me. You know what I mean? I knew what was up, but I'm like, looking for me. They came to the house, so I'm like, oh, man. So I'm ready to get out the car in the middle of the street. Like, we at the street light. It's red. I'm ready. I'm looking at my grandma like, yo, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to run. I'm ready to run. At this time, you really couldn't tell me nothing. Like, my grandma, like I said, I ran away. I was already out the house for a minute at that point. And my grandma used to always be like, come home, come home. At that point, I was far gone. I was staying with a girl. I was, you know what I mean, doing what I was doing. So you really couldn't tell me nothing. I'm like 16, 17. I was like 16. So I'm like, what? I got a shorty. She got her own apartment. So my grandma couldn't tell me nothing. And I came from a strict household. So my grandma like, yo, don't get out the car. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go. I ain't getting locked up. So mind you, we going home. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see what's up. She like, they probably gone. I'm like, all right, naive me, you know what I mean? Man, we pull up to the house, like 2-3 police cars pull up. Two marked joints and undercover, whatever. They pull up behind my grandma immediately. Boom. So they blocked us in, whatever. So I'm ready to run. I'm ready to get out the car and run. My grandma felt it. She grabbed my arm. She like, yo, baby, just hold the Bible. Just hold the Bible. I'm like, hold the Bible? I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. Get out the car. Yo, the boys run down. I'm like, come on, man. Police knock me down. ASAP. Whatever. So they telling me, yo, Mr. Master, you under arrest for this, that, armed robbery, breaking and entries, all that type of stuff, like a string on. So my grandma trying to talk to him. So she like, can he at least get his coat? It was cold as hell that night. It was too cold. Man, they let me get my coat. So I'm talking to my brother, whatever. Probably like a good 30 seconds. Seemed long. Seemed like 5 minutes. Talking to my brother. Like, yeah, man, you gonna be alright. But I knew I wasn't gonna come home for a minute. Boom. So now I get down to the joint. They took me to the interrogation room at first, tried to get me to answer some questions. I'm like, whatever, get out of here. You know what I mean? I already knew. Nah, no snitch code. We been knew that. We ain't play that. All right, so now they finally took me down to the detention home. Before I get to the detention home, I'm paranoid. I'm scared. Like, yo, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Whatever. Boom, get to the detention home. So then, what it's like, at that point, it's probably like 12, 1 in the morning. Go to bookings and all that, get booked in. I'm paranoid. I'm scared. So, you know, everybody knocked out when I come up. I mean, when I come in, whatever. Some people up, some people sleep. But ain't nobody on the floor. It's like 1 in the morning. Anywho, yo, go do that bid. That joint end up being the easiest joint, the easy joint, right? But mind you, while I'm fighting my case, I'm still sitting in there. But I know I'm going upstate, whatever. Yo, fast forward. I get convicted, all that. So they're like, you're going to be committed to the DJJ. Detention and something. I don't know. But it's upstate. Yo. Now, I go back up there. My bus finally come. Yo. Go to the detention. I go to the upstate joint. Yo, the first thing I go in there and see everybody throwing stuff up. Oh, crib, you know what I mean? Everybody doing all this. So I'm like, oh, man. Mind you, I run with the red team. You know what I mean? I was running with the red team at the time. You know what I mean? But, you know, niggas grown now. But, yo, go up there. They wilding up there. I'm like, oh, man. Who am I going to have this stab? I remember when I was with a dude on the bus. We going upstate, whatever. I don't know him, he don't know me. They picked him up from his facility. They picked me up from my facility. Yo, we like, yo, I don't care who it is, big or small. If anybody come over and touch you or touch me, yo, we smashing on them. It is what it is. No talking, no nothing. Whatever. End up being my dude and everything. I end up sending what, like 14 years later in jail. That's unfortunate to say, but I end up seeing him in there, you know what I mean? Same dude, but you could tell he been through a lot of bigs, so, you know, you would think I did, but I kind of had a stretch. So I went back, but not as much. But anyway, I go upstate, yo, I remember walking on the compound. When you go upstate, I already knew that I was going to be safe because there's a bunch of gangs up there. It's in my block up there, Richmond block up there. I was staying in Richmond too already at the time, mind you, from Norfolk. But I knew I was going to have one or the other up there. But ain't no in the middle, ain't no both sides, ain't none of that. You going up there and you with who you with. You with the Bloods or you with this part of the state or you with this part. Ain't no in-betweens. If you a blood, you ain't from this area no more. You just blood because these bloods could be from Richmond, etc. They could be from Norfolk. They could be from over there. So ain't none of that neighborhood beefing at that point. You know what I mean? Man, I go up there. I'm paranoid. I'm scared, mind you. I'm scared. I'm only like 5'4", 5'5", and I'm probably like 100 and something pounds at the time. I mean, I'm still am, but I'm probably like 130, 120 soaking wet. Yo. We go up there the first day we go up there. Like I said, I'm scared. But I already know I'm going to see some people I know. Nigga, the first thing I see is a big nigga, probably like 200 and something pounds. He walked past me. I'm like, yo, these niggas huge up here. These niggas huge. But then I'm walking through, about to go to my till, about to go on my pod, my section of the facility, 4 Alpha. I'm about to go over there, and we walking through the courtyard outside. Next thing you know, a big ass riot jump off. When I tell you a riot, a huge riot. All you seen was this nigga punching on this dude and this dude doing this to this and this on this CO and this CO trying to break it up. But while he trying to break it up, this nigga getting slammed all over. And I'm talking about we kids. Excuse me, we ain't even kids at that point. That facility was like 18 and up. Mind you, I'm like 17 at that point. You know what I mean? I done turned another age in there. I probably was 18 for real. You know what I mean? Yo, you got, it's 18 through 21, but depending on the severity of your case, you could be 17. Yo, you see niggas throwing COs. COs is the officers that's in there patrolling, you know what I mean, watching everybody. Yo, I'm like, I need to get some cover real quick. So I finally run whatever. I run over to some cover, you know what I mean, trying to get away, at least to a wall with my back. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta have nobody running behind me, whatever, because at that point, I'm on the floor. You don't know who I am, you know what I mean? You could hit me just because I got on what you got on, whatever, you know what I mean? From the back, whatever. You just punching on people. Anywho, I'm like, yo. So then, boom, they get control of that riot, whatever. I go in the facility, whatever. I go into my building, my pod. We go in there, see everybody talking, everybody hype. Mind you, they couldn't get everybody. It was too many people. So you still got some people in there from the ride and stuff. You got people still hype. These niggas walking past, still on the adrenaline, walking past me like, who the fuck is this nigga? I'm like, yo, I'm probably gonna have to poke something up. You never know, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I end up chilling, whatever. That night, I ain't really talk to nobody, but I remember the next day, a dude from a projects over from mine, because you know when you come in facility, the first thing they like, yo, where you from? Where you from? Who you be? You bang? You do this? Dude like, yo, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Tidewater Park. Dude like, oh, I'm from Carrot Park. I end up knowing his big brother, whatever. Mind you, the dude I'm talking to, he my age range, but I had an older brother, and I used to be with my older brother a lot, get into dances and all that, get tobacco, cousin's ID, but I just was around my brother age range group. But yeah, he ended up being my age range, whatever. Ended up being my nigga, but we ended up going into the room, whatever. We was in the room. He like, yo, you trying to smoke? I'm like, hell yeah, nigga, what the fuck? I'm thinking this nigga lying and shit. Goddamn, we go in the room. This nigga started rolling up. He grabbed the toilet paper. You get a single roll of toilet paper. You know the wrap that come around the toilet paper is probably that type of, you know what I mean, paper. But the nigga rip apart, rip some paper, pull out a sack of tobacco. Mind you, the tobacco ain't no cigarette already. You know what I mean? That shit is straight a bag of tobacco. My nigga pulled that shit out. He like took it out like the sack, like it's some weed, whatever. They call it TB in there, tobacco. Rolling that shit up. And I remember my nigga rolled the shit up like that. You know, on the block, that's probably like a 100. I ain't smoked 100s, you know what I mean? And for real, I think I was smoking blacks. I don't even think I was smoking cigs. But fucking nigga jumped on the sink, whatever. The vent was on top of the sink. And I remember when I was hitting the cig. I hit that shit. I was on the sink. I hit that shit. I was like, oh shit. Yo, I hit that shit. I ain't even had to hit that shit hard. Mind you, when I hit that shit hard, yo, I got so lightheaded, I almost went back off the sink. My nigga cheesing like a bitch, laughing, tripping off my ass. Mind you, they call him Goldmouth in there. This nigga shit full of gold. That nigga, he look like Young Dro. That nigga just laughing. My nigga from my own Carrot Park, my nigga brother I know. He tripping. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Mind you, that shit was the straight regular cigarette just rolled up in paper. Then niggas in the pod, niggas rolling up the weed and shit. I finally get along with niggas. They rolling up weed and shit. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm cool with niggas at that point. You know what I mean? I see niggas from my projects in there, so they validate me in there. They like, oh nah, bro, good. He good. He valid. Cool. So now I'm good in there. You know what I mean? I probably got canteen. I done put on weight. I became one of the guys. I'm not even a new guy at that particular point. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you one thing about it. When you go to the penitentiary, or you go to upstate, or you go to jail, anything incarceration, I'm gonna tell you this: you better know how to play basketball, or you better bang. One or the other. One or the other, because dudes is gonna be at your top. They gonna be wondering, what are you a police? You can't play basketball? It could be any small thing. You got ignorant people in there. I'm gonna just say that. You got ignorant people in there, and they weird. You know what I mean? They choose anything just to get you. Just to get you to fight. You know, you might be ready to go home. This nigga gonna punch you in the face just to get your time set back another 3 months. You know what I mean? Nigga might drop a note on you. Anything. Petty in there. But yeah, I go in there. I'm good in there, whatever. Chilling back to the store. Yo, my dude like, yo, we got the gas, we got the weed. I'm like, oh, mind you, at first when they said the tobacco, I was like, y'all niggas lying. But I knew it was a possibility. You know what I mean? Man, these niggas pull out the weed, whatever. It's probably like New Year's Eve. We goddamn chilling in the 2-man room. But we probably like 4-5 deep in there. You know what I mean? And in that 2-man room, you can go all the way over there to the side and just, you ain't even got to stand up. In the 1-man room, you got to put toilet paper around your door. You wet that shit and you put it in the cracks. And it dry up in the cracks. And when it dry up, that shit block everything. They can't smell it. Put a towel under your door. We used to put our fucking shampoos, body washes. When we finish smoking, we goddamn put that shit on the wall. So that shit smell like some type of fragrance and all that shit. You know what I mean? Nigga goddamn roll up some toilet paper or some shit and dump that shit in some type of water with some shampoo or something. Like, then it'll dry up and smell like it. Then you'll burn that shit. Then, you know what I mean? It'll take all the smell. Or some baby powder, anything. But my niggas pulled out some weed, whatever. I'm like, oh shit, niggas about to blow it down. Mind you, it won't no Zai at the time, it won't no gas at the time, I'ma just say it was some Purple Haze, it was Sour Diesel and shit like that at the time. It was exotic, XO. Yeah. Niggas ready to smoke the bud. I'm like, oh shit, my mouth watering. You know what I mean? I'm ready to get high as a bitch. It's been a goddamn, year and some change, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, niggas about to get smacked out here. You know what I mean? It's me, a couple other dudes, we chilling. Anywho, goddamn, we chilling in the room, whatever. Niggas blowing it down and shit. My nigga, I'm gonna say, imagine we using the same shit. We using the same paper, like the toilet paper. And I have got a cigar in there before. I have got a real Newport in there. But that's just what niggas got at the time. If the CEO feel like bringing that shit in, they gonna bring it in. Nigga, we blowing out and hitting that shit. I gonna say like my second motherfucking hit. Nigga, I was noodled. I said, immediately, I'm talking about anything a nigga did to me, anything a nigga did, anything a nigga motherfucker could walk past, nigga, I'm laughing. I don't give a fuck. I was weak off everything that happened. I don't give a, you better not be ugly around me. I was one of them niggas you don't want to be around. But locked up, I'm one of them niggas you want to be around. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm trying to tell you, I'm locked up. He tripping. I'm like, what? Man, I don't know. That weed just different in there. I'm gonna tell you, that shit feel like it's your first time smoking ever. Nigga was in that bitch smack. Nigga was in that bitch blunted. But yeah, that was the first time I ever did time. That was my first time locked up. First time I ever got locked up. I got locked up for years. I caught robberies and all that shit. I was a juvenile. I got certified as an adult. And that shit still fucked me up to this day. So, kids, if you catch a case, them niggas, they could get you. They could get you. You could be 14 and they could charge you as an adult. So just keep in mind the charges that you're catching, the cases that you're doing, you know what I mean, the severity of them. Yo, you could get treated as an adult. And they could go on your record for the rest of your life. I'm a prime example of it. So, the ended with a good note. Kids, yo, just go to school, cause that's what I should have did. I should have went to school. I should have did all that. You know what I mean? Mind you, I lived in a good neighborhood at the time with my grandma, whatever. When I ran away, I moved from my projects. I moved from Norfolk to Richmond and all that. It was good. I ain't had to do none of the stuff I did. So, I know it sound long, but yo, when you hit 18, trying to get to 18, it seemed like it take a long time. But when you finally hit 18 and you can go on your own, you can go to jail, that shit fly past. You'll be 30 before you know it. You know what I mean? So just go to school, man. Go to school, and when you get out of school, you gonna be like, yo, that's the easiest shit I should have did. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when you hit college, college is adulthood, and you pretty much, you can pick your courses, you can do all that, man. So I'm gonna just leave off on that note, man. I don't know. I'm gonna do another story, man. Y'all let me know, like, subscribe, you know. I'm gonna have the kids in here on another channel sometimes. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think, man. I'm gonna do another story on another bid or another story when I was in there, because it was crazy in there. Or when I went to prison as an adult. But yeah, y'all tap in with me, man.